with Via Transportation, which operates transit systems across the country. Mayor Spiro Cheragidis says that Via already has improved the system's on-time performance. He says Second Line Transit was his personal choice, but reaction of folks that we talked to ranged from indifference to concerns that a name change will just be confusing.
Why are we changing it to Second Line Transit, and how are you going to look that up on the phone? Second Line Transit, it doesn't make sense to me. Wave was great. I knew Wave.
Change. If you got a new mayor, everything changes, you know. Life goes on when everything changes.
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I wish I had the luxury to get upset over something that silly.
The mayor says the changes to the bus system will be more than just cosmetic. He says Via continues to analyze routes ahead of a restructuring. One, the mayor says, will likely include greater use of on-demand service. Mayor Cheragidis also is pushing for his long-term goal of introducing trolley-style buses. Reporting live in the studio, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, human trafficking continues to be a growing concern across our country, and that includes here on the Gulf Coast. Today, community members in Baldwin County had a chance to learn about the issue and what's being done to stop it. Fox 10's Stephen Moody was there.
Human trafficking is considered one of the fastest growing crimes in the United States, affecting thousands of victims each year. In many cases involving minors, trafficking can happen in both urban and rural areas. And that's why the Episcopal Church women wanted to start the discussion here in this community. And they're glad that the community showed up like they did.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful that the community is interested, because it is such an important topic at this time in our lives.
Carolyn Potter, CEO of Well House, was the guest speaker. Well House is Alabama's first residential home providing safety and recovery services for minors who are victims of human trafficking. She also serves as the lead service provider for the Alabama Attorney General's Anti-Human Trafficking Alliance. And she discussed the work that she does to protect victims here in the state.
Awareness is key to helping not only identify victims, but also just helping to eradicate this issue of human trafficking. So communities have to know. And I'm very, very proud of this community for allowing us to come and talk on such a hard subject.
All to put an end to this terrible nightmare.
Numbers don't lie, data is true, and now they have hard and fast data that tells them that human trafficking is happening in their community, in their county, and in our state.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
We want you to stop what you're doing and take a look at your screen right now. This is 15-year-old Adriana Hernandez. Authorities say she was last seen a week ago near the 6400 block of Bruce Lane. That's in Milton, Florida. We're told she might have a reddish-brown tint to her hair. Adriana is about 5 feet tall, weighing 130 pounds. Investigators say they believe she may have traveled to Georgia. So if you have any information about where she could be, please call 911 or the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
New at 4, state representatives are spreading a message to stay alert and safe behind the wheel all throughout the year, and especially during this National Work Zone Awareness Week. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro is live now from the Capitol studio. Jessica, you've been covering new government initiatives to crack down on vehicles driving too fast in construction zones. So what's included in the plan?
Well, this plan actually just got Governor Ivey's signature this afternoon. That's the Work Zone Safety Act. If you're caught speeding in a work zone, you could expect to see a civil penalty, a civil traffic citation in your mailbox from Alabama's law enforcement agency, or ALEA. So this would include a description of the alleged violation, including where and when it happened, and pictures of the alleged vehicle. The bill also outlines that this program would have to explain how to either pay the $250 fine or contest the violation. Any fines would be distributed between ALEA and the Alabama Department of Transportation to pay for this program, with any extra money going to a Transportation Work Zone Safety Fund. ALDOT says fatal construction zone crashes went down in 2025, but crashes that led to injuries are still on the rise.
We're concerned about the safety of the driving public. We're concerned about the men and women who are out in work zones trying to deliver progress for Alabama. It's time that we think more about the safety of the people that are in work zones.
The earliest that we could see a full-scale implementation and enforcement of this pilot program would be around mid-November of this year. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
And as mentioned there, it's a pilot program. Senate Bill 341 indicates the legislature will have to get reports on the effectiveness of the program before deciding whether to extend or end it in 2028. Two members of Congress say they're resigning from the House of Representatives amid sexual scandals. Fox 10's Washington correspondent Stetson Miller has the news from California's Eric Sewall and Texas' Tony Gonzalez.
Two embattled congressmen announced Monday that they're stepping down. Both California Democrat Eric Swalwell and Texas GOP member Tony Gonzalez posted on X that they're leaving their seats just before they were set to face possible expulsion from the House this week. Swalwell made the announcement just before 5:30 Eastern after allegations of sexual assault emerged in the San Francisco Chronicle and CNN last week. They prompted calls for him to step down over the weekend and the suspension of his California gubernatorial campaign. Swalwell wrote in his statement, "I am deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegation made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make." Congressman Gonzalez made his announcement about an hour later, writing that he will file for retirement on Tuesday. He already admitted to an affair with a staff member who later died by suicide and was under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. And while both men now won't face threatened expulsion resolutions, two other House members accused of wrongdoing still may. They include Florida Democrat Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, who's facing criminal charges after alleged campaign finance violations, and Florida Republican Corey Mills, who's under an Ethics Committee investigation for allegations of campaign finance violations and dating violence. Both members have denied any wrongdoing.
And in order for the expulsions to go through, 2/3 of members in the House will have to vote for the move. On Capitol Hill, I'm Stetson Miller.
The military says it stopped 6 merchant ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Right now, there are 12 Navy ships and more than 10,000 service members enforcing a blockade there. They're stopping ships from any country traveling to or from ports in Iran. U.S. Central Command says the 6 ships it stopped turned around. It also says it's, quote, supporting freedom of navigation for vessels in the strait. That means ships are free to travel so long as they are not visiting Iranian ports. It's not known if the military is escorting merchant vehicles through the strait.
Alabama's primary election is 4 weeks away. 7 candidates are vying for the state's first congressional district seat. This Thursday, you can hear from them directly. Fox 10 News, along with our sister stations, WTVY News 4 and WSFA 12 News, teaming up to bring you the Decision 2026 Political Forum. It'll be streaming live this Thursday night at 6:30. I'll be one of the moderators asking the candidates questions about issues that matter most to the community. You can catch it on the Fox 10 News app, our website, fox10tv.com, or the Fox 10 Gulf stream, which is available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Okay, taking a live look outside. Pack your sunglasses, grab the sunscreen, and cue up your favorite song. The weather is gorgeous.
Oh, yes. I like how you sung that, too. It is so nice out there. It makes us want to sing. Mm-hmm. We're still missing and needing the rain, really. I mean, I know a lot of spring breakers don't want to hear that, but it really is the case, Nick, because as we talked about, there's been brush fire, wildfires.
Crunchy grass out there.
And that, too.
There is a burn ban in place for the state of Alabama, at least, and I would not recommend burning anywhere in our area because it is so dry. Yeah. But yes, there is a benefit to this. The weather is very nice. It's nice and warm out there, too. We were outside during the 3 o'clock, and it was almost a little sweaty. It was quite warm, actually. 78 degrees right now downtown Mobile. And notice the southerly wind at around, what is that, 8 miles per hour? 8 miles per hour there. So it's a nice afternoon for us here. Again, mostly sunny skies. There is barely a cloud out there. But the concern is the drought. We continue with severe drought across the Fox 10 viewing area. Most of the Fox 10 viewing area. You see that orange color there. You have extreme drought that is in the red color. That extreme drought includes portions of Monroe, Conecuh, Escambia counties in Alabama here. The rainfall deficit in Mobile is quite big. Around 10 inches of a deficit for rainfall here, which is an extreme number. We will be looking for our next rain chance We don't really have any significant rain chances ahead. Let's go through your Fox 10 Futurecast and have the temperatures overlaid here so you can see how this goes. Temperatures go into the 60s overnight tonight, and eventually in our inland spots we could see some 50s. We are expecting development of some patchy fog, some patchy dense fog across the Fox 10 viewing area as well tomorrow morning. So Wednesday morning, be on the lookout for the fog. Of course, Matt will be tracking it in the morning per usual. That should burn off later on. And then we are left with a mostly sunny afternoon on our Wednesday with temperatures getting up into the upper 70s and 80s. Notice 86 degrees there in Jackson. It is going to be quite warm with those middle and close to upper 80s as we go through the afternoon on Wednesday. Wednesday evening, we're going to have temperatures falling back into the 60s and some more fog for our Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, though, is the day where it's a little different here. We have southerly wind that picks up, and along the sea breeze, we could see 1 or 2 rain showers that try to develop here. Those rain showers will be short-lived and not provide the rain that we actually need. We need a more significant system, and looking ahead in the forecast, high pressure seems to be the significant system in control. So that's not going to help us out with our rain situation. But look at Saturday. You see that green off to our west? A weak front comes in here. Doesn't look like it drops any rain, though, so our keeping our rain chances pretty low on Sunday, only around 20%. We'll talk more about that, look at the forecast rainfall totals and more coming up.
Okay. Fairhope is working on new rules for e-bikes and other mobility devices after complaints about dangerous riding around public parks and in the downtown area.
The Fairhope City Council is set to vote on an amendment to its current ordinance governing use of e-bikes and other mobility devices. This is video we shot today showing most riders following the rules. But police say a pattern of dangerous behavior by some has created serious concerns for pedestrians, shoppers, and other drivers. Police say part of the problem is operators not understanding the laws, while others just simply ignore it.
We've got adults, like I say, that don't have that problem, that use them every day going back and forth to work. But you can walk out here in the afternoons after school and the kids will fly by the front of the police station, and they'll do it on one wheel. They're downtown hollering and cussing at the people who are shopping or the shop owners. It's just a constant problem.
The Fairhope Police Department has posted the rules for operating all mobility devices on city streets online and printed flyers that can be picked up in the lobby of the police department. We're going to have reaction from a mother who's trying to decide if her son will be allowed to have an e-bike, coming up on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, a traffic update for you here. There's Daphne camera. Traffic seems to be going okay right now on the Bayway. No major issues, but you do see that little bit of yellow that is there. There's some very minor slowdowns. That is not due to any incident. That is just volume of traffic. I will also note that around exit 30, I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown here. Checking out Interstate 65, I have no issues to talk about here. It looks like we're green going northbound and southbound, which is good news. Checking out Airport Boulevard, just some traffic around the lights. That is the usual thing that we would see there. In Pensacola, no major issues right now. You can see one little accident popping up near Fort Walton Beach, but right now, no major incidents on any of the major roads. 98 seems to be flowing smoothly, 110 and 10 also flowing smoothly. We will let you know if anything does change.
All right, Nicholas, thank you. Well, still ahead here at 4, Meta is reportedly building an AI clone of Mark Zuckerberg. Why and how when we come back. Plus, a keen-nosed canine cop sniffs out a missing child in minutes. And the world's oldest gorilla cuts out the sweets. It's coming up in today's Take a Look at This, but first, let's go to the beach, where you can see people are out there enjoying the day, the sunshine. This looks like the pass there in the Orange Beach area, and look how beautiful the water is as well. Stay safe out there, have fun, wear your sunscreen if you're heading out to the beach. We'll be right back with more.
Report suggests the co-founder of some of the world's most influential social media platforms may soon have his own duplicate.
I'm kind of weirded out by this.
You know, I was concerned.
A Financial Times report says Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, will soon have a virtual version of himself. The AI 3D version is reportedly being trained to recreate his mannerisms and tone. The company hopes the clone will also be able to offer advice for Meta staffers.
According to the report, Mark is involved in building out his AI doppelganger. According to the report, the purpose is to have employees feel more connected to him. It's not clear when that AI clone would debut. So is it connected to the doppelganger or is it connected to Zuckerberg? You know, it's not, wait a minute. Are you, Shelby?
Yeah, this is real me.
How do I know that?
It's getting hard to tell these days, okay?
Right.
My biggest question is, and for anyone out there, this may be very niche, have you seen Santa Claus 2? Okay,
I saw that.
They cloned Santa, and it turns out very badly for everybody. He's not as friendly and nice as the real Santa.
He was not. Yeah, why do you want an AI version of you?
Hey, we're getting a little weird here. I don't like it.
All right, so that's our opinion. Amazon is getting ready to challenge Elon Musk's Starlink internet service. The company paying more than $11.5 billion for the satellite company Globalstar.
Amazon will acquire Globalstar's existing satellite operations, infrastructure, and assets, including mobile satellite services, spectrum licenses with Global Authority. Amazon is currently working on deploying its own direct-to-device LEO satellite internet service.
Globalstar stockholders can choose if they want $90 a share or stock in Amazon.
I'm Sarah Wall. Today on In Depth, we are talking about cruising into and out of Mobile. The Carnival Spirit actually pulled out of Mobile yesterday. It's going to be gone for 6 months, and city officials are eyeing this time to potentially make some changes to the cruise terminal to get ready for the bigger ship that's coming in 2027 and will offer year-round cruises. You can check it all out on In Depth with Sarah Wall. It's on our Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, our Fox 10 Facebook page, and on our Fox 10 website, fox10tv.com.
A look outside right now from the Eastern Shore Toyota camera network. It looks like traffic's flowing smoothly there. This is the mouth of the Mobile River looking out towards Mobile Bay. A lovely day on the Gulf Coast. Very dry day as well. Of course, no rain. And no rain is in the forecast for Wednesday. But Thursday, we have some hope here with around a 20% chance of some rain showers. They will not be significant enough to make a dent in the drought, though. Looking ahead on Sunday, another system comes through here. This is associated with a front that will knock temperatures down just a bit for early next week. But it doesn't look like the rain along that front's going to hold on. Looks like we're going to stay dry through it, only a 20% chance there. Let's go to the next 48 hours with our futurecast. This is the graph model. You can see how clear it is. There's barely anything going on. Tonight, temperatures get into the 60s and maybe some 50s inland tomorrow morning. And you also deal with that fog potential. We could see some dense fog in spots. You can see that showing up in the grayness here on the forecast model. Then Wednesday afternoon, abundant sunshine across our area with the temperature soaring into the upper 70s and 80s. Middle 80s in our inland spots. I think later this week, some locations could touch 90 inland, so very, very warm there. Wednesday evening, a couple clouds around, temperatures falling into the 70s and 60s here. And then Thursday morning, the development of fog once again as temperatures fall into the 50s and 60s. 7 a.m. on Thursday, 62 degrees Jackson, 67 in Mobile, and 69 in Gulf Shores. That fog around once again. Then in the afternoon, you can notice the sea breeze starts to happen. There is a weak upper disturbance that is passing through at this time that could allow the sea breeze to be more effective in developing rain showers and maybe a rumble of thunder here as we go through the afternoon, the daytime heating in the hottest part of the day. So you see those specks of green here. It would be pretty much right along Interstate 10. So Thursday plans outside. I'd keep an eye on things, keep an eye on the radar. But again, the coverage is so low here, not expecting any widespread rain and not expecting any drought busting rain. Taking you through the GFS forecast model now, kind of switching gears here. You see high pressure that is over Florida, and that is leading to that southerly flow that we have. There's Thursday with the possibility of a coastal shower. High pressure sitting over us on Friday. Saturday, though, things start to change. Here's high pressure sitting over us. You see that circle there, the southerly flow, and then a front that is off to our west here. That front comes in, and fizzles as it moves in, and barely any rain along this thing, according to the GFS. Here are those forecast totals from the GFS, barely anything. So a very, very dry forecast overall. It looks like over the next 10 days, we're just not going to have much rain at all. Drought continues. We can get a drought monitor update on Thursday. I'll be interested to see what it looks like. It looks like we're going to see expanding drought. Right now it's 78 degrees in Mobile. Scarlet Pearl, Cameron, D'Iberville, Mississippi, 77 degrees. So if your ab plans this afternoon, this evening, not looking bad. Here's that 10-day outlook again, staying mostly dry through our forecast.
All right, thanks, Nick. With the help of a police dog, the search for a missing little girl comes to a quick end. Jeremy Roth with today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a keen-nosed Colorado canine locate a missing girl just minutes after arriving to help. Arapahoe County Sheriff's officials were called to a neighborhood by a panicked mother who had been separated from her 7-year-old at a local park for nearly 2 hours. No sooner than sheriff's deputies started the search, they put their canine Rex to work, using the girl's shoes for a scent. The department says within 12 minutes, the dog picked up the trail and the girl was soon located, leading deputies on a short chase. She was okay, albeit a little shaken up, but was calmed down thanks again to Rex.
She would like to pet Rex,
who soothed the situation with some friendly puppy love.
He's a nice puppy, huh? He helped us find you.
You know, very good dogs deserve very good treats, and one Michigan neighborhood is now sporting a community toy and treat box stocked with knickknacks and nummies for dogs on the go.
There's about 20-30 dogs always walk past our house, so we're like, hey, what can we do to help?
Warren resident Trisha Rowe built the Doggy Stick Stop, a twist on the popular Little Lending Library idea, but instead packed with dog toys, tennis balls, treats, and poop bags. Locals are loving the idea so much, the Stick Stop now has goodies donated from local businesses. People helping people, and poochies. Well, hot dog. Finally, treats are no more for this gorilla in Germany, but not because she's a bad girl, it's because she's a golden girl. Fatou, the world's oldest gorilla in human care, just celebrated her 69th birthday at the Berlin Zoo. She now gets her own private quarters away from the rest of the pack, but also, due to sugar restrictions, has had to give up fruit from her diet. And she doesn't exactly look thrilled about it. Oh, good. More vegetables. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
18 new names being added to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who's being honored now? That is coming up in your entertainment news next.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Nominations are in for this year's American Music Awards.
You posted about this, didn't you? Or was
No,
that something else?
I posted about something else.
Okay. Sorry. Taylor Swift leads this one with 8 nominations. Morgan Wallen, Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Dean, and Somber follow with 7 nods each.
Yes, so it's going to be hosted by Queen Latifah. The show is airing live on TV and streaming on Paramount Plus from Vegas, May 25th. I'm curious, how will they decide between Olivia Dean and Somber for artists, new artists, because they are both really, really good.
Yeah. Somber was at Coachella, wasn't?
Yeah,
weren't they?
Yeah, and he's gonna be in Chicago in July. Not saying I have tickets, but you know, I'm just saying he's on tour.
Oh.
He's just a talented kid. It's just he appeals to, I think, a much younger audience, and he's not making his music for me per se. But I do like him.
I do too. Yeah. I think I really just know one song.
Really?
But
no, you know a lot.
I probably know more.
You know, well, he's got a distinct sound.
But there's one that I downloaded, I know, on my phone.
He dropped out of high school because he became TikTok famous.
Well, hey.
But yeah, my money's on Bad Bunny for Album of the Year.
Okay. Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is ready to welcome in a few new members. 18 artists got the nod this year in several categories.
This is what I posted. Among those going into the Hall of Fame, you've got Sade, my favorite, Luther Vandross, another favorite, Wu-Tang Clan, and Billy Idol, Oasis. There's also an Early Influence Award category, so that would include Celia Cruz and Queen Latifah.
And legendary show host Ed Sullivan gets an award nod for a non-performer whose influence in rock and roll's growth impacted culture. The 2026 induction ceremony is scheduled for November 14th in LA.
She is gorgeous. Have you listened to Sade before?
I probably have. I can't off the top of my head.
So, you know, a lot of people are starting to get re-familiar with her music. My mother played her all the time, and so I loved her. Just a smooth sound.
I'm gonna listen on my way home.
Yes.
All right, 2 big movie trailers just dropped. One for a major concert documentary.
And the other is for the latest movie in a popular franchise. I'm excited about one, clearly. David Daniel has your preview. Here's your Hollywood Minute.
I want to be the artist that I would want to be a fan of.
Love you!
I can't wait to see this. You want to have some fun?
Here's a look at the new trailer for Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour live in 3D. Eilish and James Cameron co-directed the film, which takes you into the arena and backstage with the 10-time Grammy winner. It's in theaters May 8th.
The arena, it's a killing machine. But all machines can be broken.
Go out there and make them remember you.
The latest trailer for The Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping, set 24 years before the original movie, includes Joseph Zada as Hamish Abernathy, Elle Fanning as Effie Trinket, Kieran Culkin as Caesar Flickerman, and Ralph Fiennes as President Snow. The second quarter quell begins in theaters November 20th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Kieran McCulkin is a funny dude.
That whole cast is pretty good.
It's going to be good. I'm excited. I love that franchise.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited for that one.
Okay. Next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories we're working on for your most local news at 5.
And we also have this story.
A lot of gas stations have rewards programs that let you earn discounts at the pump. Same with grocery stores. They're often partnered with gas stations that can help you earn rewards as well.
Looking for ways to cut your gas bill? From reward cards to simple changes behind the wheel, how small moves could keep more cash in your pocket at the pump.
.36 is your time on your Tuesday and a live look outside. It looks nice today. Actually, we have had fantastic weather and very quiet weather here on the Gulf Coast. Taking a look at the Fox 10 Gulfstream. We're on the Roku here, and Fox 10 Gulfstream is an app that you can get on your smart TV, Roku, Apple, and whatnot. Now, let's go on to the app, and I want to show you a couple things that we have. Specifically, on the Roku app, you can watch, of course, your full forecast that is available right here. But on the next weather tab, there are some really interesting topics that you can take a look at. And what I want to point out here is this one. This one was one that I did earlier this month, kind of towards the beginning of the month here, talking about long-range forecast models and how they are used. And I was just thinking about this today. What we did was we looked at some of the long-range models that included this forecast period that we're in right now. And quite frankly, it was very accurate, some of the long-range models on what we're talking about right now. So very interesting video to go back and watch there. You can find that, of course, on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. Just click on this in the next weather tab, and it is there available to watch. I will mention that the one coming, new next weather coming later today, does kind of a reverse of this and talks about the climatology of the month of April and some of the big weather events that we have had. We're in severe weather season. We're not seeing a lot of action right now, what's going on. So you can expect that later today on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. A lot of interesting stuff that is there. Also want to remind you, speaking of kind of different ways that you can interact with us here, follow the team on social media. If you have not, search our names on social media and give us a follow. It is a very, very useful thing. Also, you can send us your photos there along with sending photos on the Fox 10 weather app.
So, we've got some new data to talk about.
Yeah, new data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows wholesale inflation hit a 3-year high last month. The producer price index rose 4% in March from a year ago. The rise is driven by surging oil prices as the conflict in the Middle East pushes energy costs higher. The monthly increase, however, was lower than economists expected. The report comes just days after the consumer price index showed Americans are already paying more for a wide range of goods.
The White House launching a new push to boost home construction, a move backed by a report that suggests the U.S. is short about 10 million houses. Building more homes could help the middle class and the economy overall. According to the report, the 2008 global financial crisis, spurred largely by defaults in the housing market, is part of the reason why home building slowed. The council says more than 13 million homes could be built if regulatory costs are reduced. That would include regulations on home construction, compliance costs, zoning approval fees, green energy housing standards. Housing costs could become an issue for voters in the upcoming midterm elections. The war with Iran has driven up 30-year mortgage costs, which have jumped from just under 6% to now 6.37%. If you are feeling that pain every time you fill up, you're not alone. The average household already shells out about $2,400 a year on gas. That number is going up. This Watching Your Wallet consumer investigator Rachel DePompa is talking about how you can cut those costs.
From using gas apps to rewards programs and even small changes behind the wheel, that could all keep more cash in your pocket. We caught up with John Kiernan, the managing editor at the personal finance company Wallet Hub. He says one of the most important things people can do is get a good gas rewards credit card. He says the best gas credit cards can save you as much as 6% back when you buy gas.
A lot of gas stations have rewards programs that let you earn discounts. Same with grocery stores are often partnered with gas stations that can help you earn rewards as well. And if you're a member of a warehouse club like Costco's, BJ's, Sam's Club, or you're thinking about joining one, those can be great places to get gas.
Kiernan also says how you drive your car can keep more cash in your pocket.
Driving slowly is one thing. For every 5 miles per hour you go over 50, it's equivalent to paying about 25 cents more per gallon of gas. Also, don't idle too much if you can help it. The Department of Energy says that you can burn through around half a gallon of gas per hour with excessive idling.
Kiernan also says go easy on the AC. The Department of Energy finds running your air conditioner on really hot days can cut your fuel efficiency by as much as 25%. And at higher speeds, keep the windows up. Driving fast with the windows down creates extra wind resistance. And if you can get some of that junk out of your trunk, every additional 100 pounds in your vehicle can reduce your gas mileage by around 2%. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Good information. Well, the U.S. is gaining significant ground in the fight against opioid addiction. A new study found long-term opioid prescriptions defined as 90 days or more fell 25% from 2015 to 2023. Researchers reviewed records covering more than 90% of all U.S. retail pharmacy prescriptions. In 2023, long-term therapy made up just under 12% of patients prescribed opioids, with users dropping from 5.6 million in 2015 to 4.2 million in 2023. The average age rose from 53 in 2015 to almost 61 in 2023.
New research is suggesting that fluoride in drinking water has no effect on your intelligence or brain function. The research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences testing Wisconsin neighbors from the 50s to present day. These are people who were asked to participate in the fluoride study to look at the short-term effects. The team conducted the study indicating they found no difference between those who use water fluoridation growing up and those who did not. The findings align with the belief many public health groups share, including the American Dental Association and the CDC, who have praised water fluoridation for its ability to fight against cavities and tooth decay. A Pennsylvania doctor delivering 2 sets of twins and on his very special day. It's a full circle moment. that has two families and their OBGYN grinning ear to ear.
Quiet weather continues on the Gulf Coast as we're under the influence of high pressure. This is leading to the very clear skies that we're seeing across the region right now. See a field of cumulus clouds over Louisiana, the Mississippi River there. In coastal Mississippi, not much going on. It's mostly sunny and mostly sunny across the Fox 10 viewing area, southwest Alabama, northwest Florida as well. Maybe a couple of clouds there in the southerly winds that we have. Zooming out, there is a more active weather situation going on across the central part of the country. See one very strong thunderstorm that's crossing the Red River there into Oklahoma. This is one area that we're watching for potential for severe weather today. Also, you look up near the Great Lakes, there's going to be another zone that we're watching. You can actually see some of the thunderstorms firing off right there. In southern Wisconsin, those could be strong to severe. But for us, across the region, it is high pressure that is in control very quietly into the blue skies out there. Admiral camera, Eastern Shore Toyota cameras here showing you a really, really quiet situation. 78 degrees right now downtown Mobile looking towards the Admiral. Again, 78 degrees, pretty warm out there right now. D'Iberville, Mississippi sitting at 77 degrees. A south-southeast wind at 10 miles per hour here. The abundant sunshine and blue sky. Lovely conditions down at the beach. Surprisingly, not a ton of people out there. 77 degrees of south-southeast wind at 9 miles per hour right now. Weather headlines for you show us staying warm and mostly dry. We have a couple disturbances that we're tracking that'll come through here, one of which being a front that'll pass through this weekend. Early next week is going to be very slightly cooler. All right, and in the afternoon here, it's going to be warm. I think we've been talking about 78 degrees. That's pretty warm, but how about 90 degrees in some locations later this week as we get into the afternoon? It is going to be a really warm picture. We'll talk about that in a second. First of all, right now, your temperature 84 degrees in Monroeville, 85 Chatham, 81 Bay Minette, 80 in Mobile, upper 70s at the immediate coast. Overnight tonight, I'm expecting some fog development. Temperatures ranging from the 50s to the 60s here. 62 in Pensacola, 54 in Monroeville. Tomorrow, very warm temperatures close to 90 degrees in our inland spots. Get ready for the warmth. I'll have a look at the long-range forecast coming up just a little bit later.
All right, Nicholas, thank you. Well, it was double the fun for a Pennsylvania doctor's 34th birthday as he helped two families welcome in twins.
This story has a lot of people talking. Let's go to Shandy Chapman with the details.
These two families have something in common.
Hi, nice to meet you. I was hoping we got to meet.
Yeah.
I'm Jenna.
I'm Liz. Both couples had twins at Independence Health System Westmoreland Hospital on Wednesday.
It's double the fun, double the feedings, double the everything, but double the love. So we're excited.
Jenna and Taylor Camel and Raymond and Elizabeth Haar added a boy and a girl to their families thanks to Dr. David Vincent Ream II. And Dr. Ream added to the celebration. He brought 4 new lives into the world on his birthday.
Twins are always a fun delivery. It's always a little bit more exciting to deliver twins and to have 2 on my birthday.
I never thought that. And then once we were closer, he was just like, oh yeah, you're scheduled on my birthday. And I was like, as soon as I saw him on Wednesday, I said, happy birthday.
The bundles of joy put smiles on the faces of so many at the hospital. Is it safe to say this was your most exciting birthday ever?
I would say it definitely ranks to the top of my most exciting birthday.
Dr. Ream not only got to share his 34th birthday with the newborn babies, someone who has known him all of his life was close by. Dr. Beth Maxwell was the doctor who delivered him decades ago.
The mentors that are around me with Dr. Maxwell in the picture, significant that she delivered me 34 years ago.
Dr. Ream says he loves his work, and if he can't be with his family on a special day, why not have a full circle moment at the hospital?
If I can't be with mine, I'd rather bring other families some happiness.
All right, then, bring other folks happiness, even on your birthday. A simple pillowcase making a big difference for sick children. How a group of local women are sewing to bring comfort and smiles to those who need it. Sometimes the strongest medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It's bright colors, soft fabric, and a stranger's compassion.
Lauren Korn is introducing you to some volunteers sewing joy into every seam, one pillowcase at a time.
That's now ready to sew.
Here we go.
So it just goes really fast.
Each pillowcase is important.
It's the hum of careful hands at work.
Easy peasy.
Stitching bright and cheerful patterns.
I love the fabric.
From fabric carefully chosen.
I like kid fabric.
For a special someone in mind.
I like to think of a child picking it out and being excited.
Jeanette Rhodes loves to sew. And for the last decade, her every stitch has served a purpose.
Each time a child is in the hospital, they get a pillowcase. So some build up quite a collection, I understand.
Jeanette and this dedicated group of women volunteer for Ryan's Case for Smiles, a nationwide nonprofit that makes and delivers handmade pillowcases to sick children.
We just try to brighten up a difficult time.
The Pennsylvania-based organization honors Ryan Kerr, a young teen who lost his battle with cancer, but whose spirit lives on through every pillowcase.
While he was in the hospital, his mother would bring him crazy pillowcases, and they would brighten his day, and he started giving them away. So after he passed, his mom continued it in his memory.
Linda Dunn launched the Myrtle Beach chapter in 2020, delivering to 4 area hospitals.
Seeing the nurses' smiles, their faces just light up. They're like, oh, we were almost out. I'm so happy you brought these today. The kids love them, you know. It's just very rewarding.
They sent me a email with how many I did last year, and it was like 400 and something.
400, yes.
Wow.
The group donated over 2,000 pillowcases just last year and counting.
Like I could probably do 20 pillowcases in an hour.
I don't keep count. I'm sewing the final stages of this pillowcase.
Most days, these women sew from home. But Linda gathered them here at Quilting at the Beach, one of their 2 host sites, to show us how every stitch and square of fabric is made with love and lasts forever.
And if the child sadly doesn't survive, then the parents still have those as reminders.
Here's what I made.
Oh, awesome.
Not only does their sewing provide comfort for children, but it also stitches together lifelong friendships.
They're a good group. They're a very good group. I always enjoy my time with them.
These are about 40 pillowcases.
Bonding over making something that spreads joy, hope, and care to children who need it most.
They're all ready to go.
So a cheerful pillowcase hopefully brings a smile and just reminds them that they're loved, reminds them that somebody's cheering for them, and it's just a way to say, you know, we got you, we got your back.
I just like pulling them through the burrito. That's fun, I know.
Studio tonight with the latest.
All right, Shelby, what's the status of the local fires?
Well, in East and Cameron, a large fire in McIntosh and one in Mobile are both contained, but still smoldering. McIntosh Volunteer Fire Department says the woods fire that started on Robb Drive was finally contained late last night to a little more than 800 acres. The burn area is larger than the McIntosh town limits and required help from multiple agencies. The fire in Mobile on Hannon Road off of Dolphin Island Parkway was reignited this morning, according to Fire Rescue Chief Barry Glisson. He says crews did have to go back out there and work on it. It's been burning since late last week. Firefighters spent hours containing it Friday and say today it is still smoldering, but the fire is contained. Over the weekend, 50 wildfires have burned more than 2,300 acres of forest land across our state. That's according to the Alabama Forestry Commission. Because of the extremely dry conditions, the commission says the fire alert will stay in place. No permits for outdoor burning will be issued unless it's to a certified prescribed burn manager. And anyone who burns a field, grassland, or woodland without a burn permit could be subjected to prosecution for committing a Class B misdemeanor. Now, the commission is going to reevaluate the fire alert next week. We want to bring in meteorologist Nicholas Herboso now to talk about this because Nick, I mean, it's nice to have the sunny weather, but is there any rain relief coming anytime soon?